Hey fam, my name is Michael and this is The Planet Eye. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. In today's episode, we have another unboxing from Brzy Plants. We have two separate orders, but we're combining them into this one video. As you can see, I have my Plant Daddy shirt from Jazminalowe. So if you have an opportunity to do so, go check out her site. I'm going to go ahead and put the site down here. I believe it's plantmerch.com. And yeah, pick something up. Also, if you haven't already, please feel free to like, subscribe, and share, and definitely comment below and let me know which ones that you like the best. So let's go ahead and make it do what it do. Okay, fam, so this is our first unboxing from Brzy Plants, and we are going to see what we got. I believe this one, I'm not even gonna guess how many it has. No, it's something about 7 or something like that. But it's another one of their auctions, and I'm trying to round up my collection at the beginning of spring. I'll start seeing things kind of dwindle. So let's open this up. All right. Nicely packaged again. Been kind of warm for the past couple of days, so hopefully it didn't struggle during transport, because I think we've gotten like in the past 3 or 4 days, been like getting into the upper 70s to right now the upper 80s. So yeah, it is not acting like spring at the moment. So we're gonna be all right. Okay. So this first one, that's just another crawler. I'm actually told myself I was gonna stop getting crawlers. This probably gonna be. I'm not gonna. I never say never, but definitely ease up on them because they take a lot of floor space, and just not really trying to work on that. But I did see. I can't remember on whose channel it was. Actually, I think it what's his name? City Plant guy, and he toured the Australia's botanical garden, and they had theirs in baskets, like just hanging baskets. So I was like, okay, that's actually that might not be a bad idea. So I may experiment with that as well, just to see what that looks like. This one is the Philodendron SP Guapo Chocolate, as they say, or chocolate. This looks pretty good. Definitely has this one looks like it's about to go, but it still has. This one probably will go too, but at least has one really good leaf, which is this one right here, and then it has a growth point coming in. So this is the Philodendron El Guapo Chocolate. All right. And let's put this with that so I can make a tag for it later. I haven't been keeping up with making my tag as I should, so some of us are looking like now, like, okay, what is that compared to what? Yeah, that's always something that's one thing I always forget to do, but it's all good. So this one, okay. So this one is the Forgetti Eye. I think Forgetti Eye Super Black. I think they had to replace the one that I got. They originally got because it was messed up or something like that. At least they sent me a message asking me if they could send me a substitute, and they showed me which substitutes they had. So I did. I sent you no problem. And so this is the substitute. Okay, actually looks better in person than it did on the thing, and it's actually in really good shape. Okay, so this one, cut off the leaf. Yeah, so this is the Forgetti Eye. Okay, yeah. So number 2. And so far so good. Not for looking they're looking to be in great shape. So always a plus. All right. I'll say this one for last. Okay. Okay, so this one, this is I like this one too. I have a regular variation of this one, and I saw this and I wanted it could be something to kind of switch it up. It's part of the Magnificent family. So this one is actually uh, this one's actually the Anthurium magnificum silver sharp. So it has really, let's show you what it looks like in a second once I get the thing unboxed. All right. They're definitely generous with the polyfill, so that's awesome. Protect the leaves at all costs, leaves and the roots. But protect the plant, let's just put it like that. All right. Here we go. Okay. Everything looks to be in good shape, which is awesome. Let's keep that going. So if you notice here, this is probably the best thing to show. It has if you notice how it basically is very sharp versus blunted at the bottom. It has a darker sheen to it than your typical Magnificum. But one cool thing about these is that they grow fairly fast from what I recall. So it's going to be interesting to see how fast this one grows over the season. But it looks great. All these look really good right now, which is awesome. Exciting. All right. Let's save that one for last. Okay. So, interesting one about this one is that the thing I told you about Matt Ackman461 on Instagram, and he was on the live too, and he wound up buying one of these, and I was just like, and after he told me he bought one, another one popped up, and I was like, that does. So when it was not as big as the one he got, but definitely a nice size one. Probably out here. Then kind of slowly open the bad boy up without hurting it. Then grab it from the bottle. It's another Anthurium. This is called the Anthurium Condor or Anthurium Insigne F, which is basically it's about the Condor. The marketing name for this Condor. Again, if you've followed me before, like with the Dolinsky or some of the other ones that I have, I love this shaped leaf. So, of course, I'm going to get another one. But this is the Condor. So, all right. So next one, put this over here. All right. So this one is another. This one. This is another one that I've gotten a few of over the past couple of months. Because again, I like the form of it, and it's just a beautiful looking plant. This one is called Anthurium Bessier F. This is going to go back. They call it CF when you're on the auction, but on the paper it says F, so I'm just going to go with F. Okay, so this one's nice. Does have one that's coming out right now, a new one. I don't know if that's going to survive. That's a little suspect, but it's a beautiful one. This one this variation is the velvet. So Anthurium Bessier F velvet. Just look at that. Really nice. So our next one, yeah, all right. So this one is another one that I've been collecting a whole family, pretty much every variation, because I do like the plant. Got my first one, got hooked on that one while I'm getting two more. And then the spring, I've been going a little buck wild with them. Funny, some of them have been because of the fact I bought them, and a couple, I got 2 or 3 of them because they were either given as a promotion or some type of, I won a lot or raffle a lot. I wish I won a lot. But yeah. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it is the Ethereum Luxurians. So this one is the Ethereum Luxurian Sharp. Basically because of the fact it has a sharpened edge, sharpened edge at the bottom of the leaf. Very beautiful color, really nice. So I think that this makes number 4 or 5 for me. So I think I like this. All right. So this is the Ethereum Luxurians. All right, let's move this over. We got one more, and this is the one that I was coveting for a minute. It's funny about this one because of the fact that they said, they started selling them. People, every time one popped up, people would just scoop them up. So it was almost like a mad dash to get them. But they it's one of my favorite varieties of Ethereums. So the fact that they were selling was great. It's funny because now they're selling for cheaper than they were when I got this one. So this size, probably if I waited a few more months, about a month or two, it would have, I could have gotten it for a cheaper price. But you know what? At the end of the day, you don't know until you know. And there's no guarantee that something's going to happen that way. So this one is the Ethereum. Okay, this looks bigger than it did online. This is the Ethereum Papillominium Blue. Papillominium Blue. So this is the Ethereum Papillominium Blue. And I don't know if you guys have saw it. I did get one before from Root Greenhouse. Had a lapse in care for a minute. I let it dry out too much, and that was no longer with us. So I wanted to get another one because I like the variety, and here it is. So this is the Ethereum Papillominium Blue, and I actually got 2 more that are coming because of the fact that I didn't realize one thing about their auctions is sometimes you don't know what you got until you get the video confirmation, and you could easily say, well, I don't want this one, go ahead and take it off my list or take it off my bid. But with these, I was like, you want this. So I kept all of them. I was like, in the worst case scenario, I'll just have 3 poppies and I'll combine them at some point, maybe, or just keep them separate. But I would, as I'm winding down off of my bigger purchases, the selected ones I do will definitely be ones that I really want to fit into my some of the more special ones in my collection. And the Papillominium is definitely one of those. So there's going to be there are a couple of hybrids and variations that I have on my hit list for this year. So hopefully I'll be able to get through them and make it happen. So this is the Papillominium Blue. All right, guys. So that's it for this one. We'll move on to the next one. All right, fam, so here we go again, another big box. I believe this one, well, I'll just say it's over 17. I mean, it was over 15. I believe it's 17 that we have. And we're going to go ahead and get this thing open. So I've been taking advantage of their live sales, and it is definitely a great way to grow your collection reasonably. Let me try and get this thing off. Oh, man, okay. We're going to put this down here for right now to collect any craziness. So, all right, I am a little nervous about this one because I actually got it yesterday, but I was not feeling well, so I wound up letting it go till today. It's allergy season, and allergy season for me is really crazy. Yeah, I can get shut down quickly, and this week has not been a good one because there's been a lot of pollen, specifically tree pollen in the air. But anyway, so we're gonna see if there were any casualties from my delayed opening of this box. Hopefully not. They did ship it 2-day air, so hopefully that should, you know. And I've gotten boxes from Equigenera that have been in route for 3 days, so I'm assuming that this one should be okay. Let's see, they definitely did their job in packing this thing up, making sure it's secure. So I have probably about 1 or 2 more shipments from them, and then for a reasonable size, definitely average your typical size hauls on those. More so just to, and then after that, I'll probably be easing back a little bit because I have other things I have to take care of, and acclimating these plants is going to be one of them. So, wow. Okay, we got a lot. Awesome. All right, let's put this down here. So let's see what this first one is. Okay, is there a, yeah, here we go. This is the, this is the Anthurium Napo, our Versicolor AF Napo. Beautiful plant. It actually reminds me of the SP Napo. Yeah, that SP Napo. I was trying to see if that was a philodendron, because that's what I think of when I think of Napo, but no, it's Anthurium, and they do have at least Equigenera, not Equigenera, Tropicals Plants does have a philodendron version of the Napo, which is, it's nice itself. There may be something I'll pick up at a later point, but it is awesome. So this is actually one of the ones I was most looking forward to. Let's see. All right. All right, almost there, guys. All right. I definitely like how they put the, use the polyfill to kind of protect the leaves. Well, to protect the leaves, definitely. This one has 3, and it is beautiful, man. This is gorgeous. Look at this, guys. Look at the elongated leaves. It has a thick texture to it in terms of the thickness of the leaf. So it's definitely going to be one that will probably be easier to acclimate, in my opinion. Priceless. It looks beautiful. Okay. So I'm trying to get through this quickly because I'm supposed to get some. Need to make a run before it starts raining. We're expecting rain today. So before it starts raining and all this other craziness that happens. So this next one, ooh, do they have, it's like playing hide and go seek with the names. Okay, here we go. This next one, oh, it's the Alocasia cuprea. This one I'm really interested in seeing how it's shipped, because I've heard alocasias do not do well shipping internationally, but this one was like $20. So I was like, you know what, why not? Because my plan is that I already have 2 Alocasia cupreas. I want to combine them all together. So that's going to be the plan, is to combine them all together and make it one big full Alocasia. And I will not be repotting it anytime soon after that. For that reason alone, because I know that from what I've seen online, and like with Rachel from LotsofPots and some others who have a nice little alocasia collection, they can get a little finicky when it comes to moving or being repotted. So I think actually same thing happened with Plant Therapy Mona's channel. By the way, thanks. I watch actually both of them when it comes down to, especially Mona's very good with Hoyas. I mean, she's definitely got that on lock, and you know the same with Rachel. Okay, all right. So I'm looking at it. I lost one, which is fine. I mean, like I said, you can do that on the average. I mean, just from the going from a big box to your house, or getting acclimated to your house from a big box store. It's not normal, but it can happen. So I'm not really as stressed about that. I'm going to have to definitely give it some support of some kind to help it grow. But we have one that's dying. We have a new one that's about to unfold. So that's great. As I said, I'm going to go ahead and do my little acclimation thing. I like to hydrate it for about 24 hours or more. Sometimes I can do it up to a week. But I typically do mine between 24 and 48 hours, depending on what my week looks like. So we're going to put this one in. We're going to put the other two, combine them in the same pot so I can have one big, full, ridiculously thick Alocasia cuprea. All right, so this is what it looks like, guys. And now we're going to go on to the next one. This one is a recavo. I think I got one before from Equigenera, and I have one. I got the first one from Bar Trops. She's doing okay she started to decline a little bit as a seedling. Well, hopefully we can get her back up to speed again. You know, that's just like the life cycle sometimes, especially when you're doing seedlings, because that's their fragile stage. At the end of the day, you know, it can, you know, oftentimes you'll be good or whatever, but sometimes, depending on the seedling, you may not be able to, it may not be as hardy. That's the word I'm looking for, as some of the other ones. So this one is another recavo. I like the first one so much, I decided to get another one. And they're reasonably priced too. I mean, from Equigenera and from Tropical Plants, I believe it was like about 20. Well, of course, it depends on the size. When you're in the auction, it depends on the size, because, you know, oftentimes the live sale, it depends on the size, because oftentimes they'll give you, the live sale will have ones that are bigger than what you would get if you just got it alone. So this one was like, I think I told you guys the last time, they have these flash sales. So this one was a flash sale for like, I think it was like 20 or 25. Nice, real nice. And it's definitely growing. Has a growth point right here, if you guys can see that. That's coming up. And then that's 4 really healthy leaves. Again, this is another thick leaf anthurium. And so thick leaf anthuriums and philodendrons, as well as ones that are smooth versus the velvety piece, have a tendency, in my care at least, to be able to acclimate faster. They typically don't, I think it's because they retain more water, and they're able to just be able to be a little bit harder, a little easier to transport when you're talking about importing. All right, so let's go take care of this one. This is the first one without a pot associated with them. This one is a Philodendron patriciae. It's and this is a different kind. This is a different variation of it, but it's like a good thing, guys. I told you guys I've really started digging patriciaes, and I have this vision of how I'm going to add it to my interior design, so to speak. You know, what room to put it in. I wanted to get a lot more hanging plants that are not like pothos or what have you. Things that kind of, and strappy leaf anthuriums, strappy leaf anthuriums, as well as philodendrons, which is what this is. Definitely do the job with that. All right. Now let's get this bad boy open. As you know, with most plants, they have there's a large variety. They have a large variation between, you know, you can get them fat, you can get them slim, you can get them are narrow. You can get them round and everything in between. So I like when I'm picking ones that are duplicates. And when I pick duplicates, I typically try to go with duplicates that have a slightly different variation from the ones that I already have. And this one does that. This one rings a bell with that. But this one is a Philodendron Patriciae dark narrow. Look at, man, it is doing well. I don't say there's not any leaf damage, and this is actually one of the benefits of when you try to, don't do like I did and start importing like in February, going with a March delivery date, what have you. Those can be a little bit harder to acclimate because it's still cool outside. Even though, you know, if the importer is a good importer, you should be okay. But, you know, you want to minimize whatever risk you have with acclimating a plant. So this one, it looks like it has another new leaf that's popping out, like it's right at the bottom though. It has 4 really healthy leaves. So this is the Philodendron Patriciae narrow dark. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one. Let's get some of these smaller ones out the way. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I won't stop telling y'all ahead of time. Let's go unbox and then do the unveiling. Well, we'll do it that way. So that makes 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got about 13 more. You know, you guys can pause and go grab something to drink if you need to, because it's going to be a minute. All right, so this one is something that's new. Well, it's not new. It's not a new variety. It's pretty common. But if you were going to say if it was close to something, it would probably be close to the Villanorum. In terms of its hardiness and its shape. All right. So do you guys know what this is? It actually looks like it's going to lose a leaf. It is called the Anthurium. I'm going to have to say it. Look at it, say it. Pocachense. Anthurium pocachense. So this one it reminds me a lot of the Villanorum. It does have one growth point going. Again, I've been kind of going, this order has a lot of thick leaf Anthurium, so, you know, I don't expect a lot of damage with them. We may lose some over the next week or 2, but that's okay. It has 5 leaves and 1 coming, so we should be good. All right. Let's move this over to the side. All right, so let's do this other one. So this is the same one. I believe this may be a little darker. This is another Pocachense. Maybe a little darker than the previous one, but definitely nice. And this one is the Pocachense. It's called the Pocachense Af Black. So it's supposed to be a little darker than that. I do see a little discoloration, so I'm probably going to lose at least 1 leaf, I know. Man, they took a... Now they be taping these puppies up, man. It's funny. But I'm happy about it, because again, I'd rather them be overprotective than underprotective and do leaf damage. Okay. All right, so. Okay, all right, so this is the Pocachense. It's number 2. Again, it's very reasonably priced plant. I don't think I didn't pay more than 20 for this one, but this one is nice. Got 1 leaf that's about to go, but this looks like the oldest leaf. We're going to water this puppy, and we're probably going to combine both of them. I'm trying to debate on whether I want to do. I may I may start them off. I'll acclimate them individually, and then I'll probably combine them at some point based off of how they look at that point. Maybe by the end of the summer, to combine them. But I'm going to definitely start off with acclimating them individually because I don't want them. That way, it'll be easier for me to monitor them. So I was thinking about combining them, but I've done it before I did it before with my Jazminalowe, the philodendron, and they struggle. I mean, well, one, they struggle. I think that the acclimation process was going to be a struggle for them anyway, but they definitely struggle, and I don't know, and it would be easier for me to be able to monitor them if I do it individually. That way, if something is declining, I can kind of isolate why it's declining a little easier than what I did. So lesson learned for that. I was like, I'll just do it in a combo, so they're all the same. Maybe they'll thrive off each other. Nope, that didn't happen. At least not that time. At least not in that scenario. So this one is Tropicals Plants also is running a special. At least I don't know it'll still be running by the time this video drops, but they were running a special at the time that will give you, if your order exceeded a certain amount, you'd get a promo plant. So it did, and I decided to go ahead and grab another Ethereum Luxurians because I knew that would that would be okay in terms of acclimating. I'm trying to acclimate easy right now since I got a number that are acclimating. So this is the promo plant that I got, which was the Ethereum Luxurians. Yep, Ethereum Luxurians. She looks great. Like I said, you can't go wrong with the Ethereum Luxurians in my mind. They're a beautiful plant. Easy. Yeah, once they've acclimated, if they need to acclimate, it's very, very easy. Okay. All right, so this one is, they called it the philodendron silver tropicals. And I guess I was trying to be a little bit of a marketing play on the silver Peru, but this is not the silver Peru. But a beautiful plant nonetheless. Based off of what they have here, it is a philodendron Tenu Ave silver Peru. Still reasonably priced. I think I got this one like 20, 30, something like that. And yeah, looks good. Hold on a second. But note that if I'm throwing out prices right now, those prices are subject to change. Sometimes they'll go up, sometimes they'll go down. It just depends on when you're getting it or when you're seeing this video. It could be different. All right, so this one is the Silver Tropicals and did I say philodendron? What did I say? I think it's philodendron. Whatever what this is. Yep, philodendron. Philodendron Tropicals. The marketing name is Tropicals Silver. Silver's Tropicals. I think the common name would basically be a Tenu that has silver traits to it. So this one is cool. They had cut off something. It's a thin leaf, and if you can tell from what I was saying before, the thin leaf ones, when it comes to importing them, they have a tendency to be a little riskier because of the fact that the leaf, they dehydrate a lot during the process. I mean, they have to go through a sanitation process before it gets before it goes to before it gets imported, and then of course I'm pretty sure that they wet the sphagnum moss that it's in before it goes, but by the time it gets to you, it may be a little bit. It may be wilted because of the fact it needs to be watered, or something else that may be going on with it. But even so, this one is actually doing pretty good. Still has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5 leaves. One that looks like it was going. Oh no, this is just a caterpillar. But yes, I'm going to water this Definitely this was a good candidate for making sure you hydrate, make sure that it gets you rehydrated. It does have a leaf that's coming out right here and right here. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this grows, because I'm glad to know that it's a tenure, so I can use that as a reference point of how to care for it. But it was, it's gonna be interesting to see how it grows. It's a beautiful plant. And like I said, the one thing that you have to worry about with these is that in these thin leaf plants, typically they're probably, for me at least, are harder to acclimate. All right. This one is, oh yeah, this is actually another genus. It's a Monstera. This is another genus that's actually pretty easy to, I mean, they import fairly easy. I mean, and ship fairly easy, whether you're importing or not. They tend to be hardy, and even if they struggle a little bit when you get them, they bounce back well. So, but I saw this and I was just like, the Faination was just nice, and I was like, you know what? I have the obliquas. I have an Addisoni. Sorry, my southern accent will come in every now and again. The southern / Midwestern accent will come in every now and again. But Addisoni, the obliqua, the Peru, which I'd say the Peru to me is like, I mean, it's cool, but I think the Peru, the obliqua, I think those are my two slowest growing plants. And I'm like, geez Louise. I'm like, can y'all hurry this thing up? It's like, give me like 1 or 2 leaves in a month. Now, of course, I really didn't start tracking. Actually, my Peru, when I had it outside in the summer last year, had it in the summer / shade. So it was in a really good spot of bright indirect light. And it was just, I mean, I barely noticed it growing, to be quite honest. So we'll see how it does this year. Maybe I know it was kind of bouncing back from a traumatic fall / winter, because I just did not, that was the, oh man, yeah, it's a struggle, but it's okay. This is called let me make sure I got it right, because I got to say it correctly. The Monstera Coy Bueno. Monstera obliqua Af Coy Bueno. So yeah, so we got 3 casualties. They're pretty though. If I didn't know that they were dying, I'm like, man, those look so nice. But we got 3 that are good. Probably out of this one, we probably got maybe 1 that's going to do good. The other ones are probably going to, I'll just let them naturally die off to feed the other ones. Do we have any that are coming out? No. So this is going to be interesting. This is Monstera obliqua Af Cobayano. There we go. And this is going to be nice. I mean, it has a nice size to it. I'm not as concerned about whether or not it's going to die off completely. Obviously, the roots will tell you everything. When you're definitely importing, you want them, and you're getting them prepared to be acclimated. Definitely want to check out the roots. Any roots that are dead or dying, you want to take those. Oh, let me hold off on this. I was starting to do this already. So I'll probably do another video where I take them out of the water and put them into whatever planting medium I plan on planting it with. Some of these may go. I'm actually been toying around with experimenting with pond to see see how some of my plants do in that form. It's going to be interesting because I'm not really a big semi-hydro person. I can easily probably be that guy that would just like forget to put the water into the vessel or whatever. So we'll see. We will definitely see. So now we have, wait a minute, what is this? Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so I got, those are last. They did those differently this time, which is awesome. But yeah, they did it a little different this time. So we're going to do this one. I think I'm now at a point where I got my collection where I want it to be for right now. You know, there's some that are, if there's some the ones that are dying or whatever, I'm definitely going to replace those. But yeah, I'm excited to see what the next year or two is going to be about with these plants. As you can see, I don't know if you guys, I know you guys see my different Bacchia pretty much every year. I mean, every time I unbox, or every time I upload a video, and she's now exploding. So she's going to probably go into another spot that's and kind of thin out this area back here because they are seeing a lot of growth. I am going to be putting some of my plants back out, especially some of my bigger ones back outside for the summer, just so that they can live their best life, as well as some ones that I'm rehabbing that I know that once the temperatures at a consistent, consistently over 50 degrees at night or what have you, I'm definitely going to put some of my rehabs out there. Well, that's when I put all my plants out there. I don't do it before the freeze, the possibility of a freeze is over. And then I also want to make sure that, again, that the temperature is 50 degrees or more, not 50 degrees or more, but the 50 degrees or more at night, so that we don't have any issues in terms of the plants freezing or dying. Because I did lesson learned from last year. I got so excited about putting my plants out because I didn't care for them as I wanted to over the winter, the previous winter. Just a lot of stuff going on. And I put them out there as soon as it looked like it was about to be 50 above. And some of the remaining ones that were remaining definitely did not remain. They expired. So not doing that again. Lesson learned from last year. So this one is a variation of another one that I already have, but I like the way that they look. And I've been eyeing this one for probably 2 years now, actually. Ever since I really found Tropicals Plants. I mean, of course, I was drawn to the name, but this, I was initially drawn to the name, but as I saw the plant itself, I saw how beautiful it was, man. This was really nice. All right, so this one is the Crystallinum Black, Anthurium Crystallinum Black. It's not as dark as it will be, but it's definitely is going to have it's going to pop. You look at this leaf, man. This is nice. Oh my. Yep. So this is the Crystallinum Dark. I actually got 2 of them, so let me go ahead and open up this second one. Let's see, yeah, this is the second Crystallinum Dark. Let's see. This looks big. Nice leaves. Oh man, yes. Yeah, this is another one, and this is the reason why I got it, because the leaf is freaking huge, man. So it's just one, it's one leaf. But look at this leaf. This bad boy is beautiful. Let me put this off to the side. Look at this leaf, man. This is beautiful. So yeah, it's it was, again, crystallinums right now, you know, a few years ago, they used to be ridiculously expensive, but you can get a crystallinum for just like you can get a clarinervium, fairly reasonably priced, or what have you. I think states, this would probably go into upper double digits, but by importing through a live sale, one, I got the one that I like. You know, I picked this one. And then two, I was probably like about $30, maybe $40 at the most for this one, for this size. But crystallines are pretty prolific, so they grow fast, relatively speaking. So even if you get one now, it could probably be it'll grow, it'll size up fairly quickly. All right, so this is another one of my favorites. You know, I am one of my projects that I'm trying to figure out right now is that I have two wall spaces that the one in my office, the other one in my living room, and I plan on doing definitely plan on doing a living wall in my living room. I'm just doing some research on how to do it without creating a whole bunch of mold or anything else in my living room, and then doing some type of similar plant intensive plant decor in my office area. I like being I love plants, love animals. I like being surrounded by both. So I'm trying to be careful because I do not want to. I was Brzy from Brzy Plants was doing something with one of her plants, and I think she cut a leaf, and and it just reminded me of like, yeah, you need to make sure that you don't, follow her example, and make sure you do not mess up your plant. I mean, it's a leaf, so bottom line, it is not going, unless you just cut it off, it's not going to destroy it. If you slice into it, it just won't be as pretty or what have you. So I have to look at it from that perspective. All right, so this one is the Anthurium Veitchii Super Narrow. There we go. And if you haven't checked out, if you're looking for other content, please check out, LotsofPots, Plant Therapy, Jazminalowe, Brzy Plants, Jumanjiplants, Jaman from Jumanjiplants. I always have to think about it because his name and his channel name was very similar to each other, even though it's referencing something else. Sometimes I guess it can be a tongue twister for me. But great content. Also Aroid District and some others that are really cool. So I'm not going to do an Oscar speech and name everybody, but there's a lot of plant tubers out there. I'm going to try and put them. I think that I can put them in my channel section, and if I can do that, I'll list the links to their channels in my channel section, so you can check them out as well. So this is the Anthurium Veitchii Super Narrow. We got three good leaves, and from what I can tell, the roots are looking really good. Like I said, I'll do a pot up video where you can see me potting up these new plants. This is nice. Okay, you guys can see one more time, and let's move on to the next one. Moving on to the next one. Okay. All right, so this one is interesting. This is actually new. This one is a new one for me. Yeah, this one is a new one for me. Actually, I can't even remember what it looks like. I know it's kind of strappy, but it's when I saw it, I was like, man, this is beautiful, and it's definitely still it has that Patriciae Pallidiflorum vibe going on with it. It's a beautiful plant. So this one is the Anthurium moyonense. The Anthurium moyonense. Another one in that thicker leaf variety that I was talking about. Again, and I'll be quite honest, just obviously this is my opinion, you can take it or leave it. But if you're new to importing, I would start off with the thicker leaf plants, be it a anthuriums or philodendrons from the thicker leaf plants of those, as well as like say monsteras. Monsteras do a good job of acclimating. You know, the biggest thing is not necessarily that you want to. Biggest thing is not about. It's not about, you know. It's not about the actual plant. I mean, it's about the plant itself. You want to get a plant that you like, but you also want to get one that survives, especially when you're starting off, because you want to kind of build up your own confidence when it comes to these. All right, so this is the Moyenense. It actually is more, not necessarily extrapolated. It actually reminds me of it's more of a bird's nest plant. Another one, similar to the one I have with the recavum. Yeah, not the recavum. What's that? A reflexin. But now it's nice, very nice. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one 5, 6, 7. So 7, yeah, 7, and 1 looks like it's on his way out. Maybe 2, nope, just the 1 right now. So this is the Moyenense. All right. I'm gonna try and hurry this along because it looks like it's about to rain outside. And I have an umbrella, but nobody got time for that. Straight up. All right, so we're down to 1, 2, our last 4. Okay. This is another one of my favorites. And this one is another one of the ones that, you know, when you have something that grows well for you for the most part, I don't know about you guys, but I have a tendency to gravitate towards that one or ones that are similar to that because I know I can do it, you know. So this one is an Anthurium metallicum, and I believe it's an Anthurium metallicum narrow. I have to look at my paperwork again. Another thing I like about Tropicals Plants is that they send you videos. So after you've done it, you know, as part of the invoicing process, they'll send you a video. So it allows you to actually, it allows you to see make sure what you got is what you really want. Because sometimes, you know, just like like back in the day when you're in a club, you know, that guy or girl could probably look handsome or beautiful, but then when they get out in the light, it's a different story. So same thing with these plants. You know, sometimes you see something and you're like, I thought it would look differently than what I have. So this that gives you an opportunity to do a second pass at it and say, do you really want it or not before they actually put it on your invoice. And you can keep it for an historical standpoint, so you'll know that, hey, I got this is what I should be expecting, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, this is a Metallicum. This was another one, really nice. I'm excited about this, so we're gonna see how this bad boy grows. Awesome. All right, the Metallicum is getting stacked up over here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get out. So let's look at this one. This is the last big one for the day. Yeah. And then I have two smaller ones. This is actually another one that I have already. But I actually want to get a couple of them. They take a while to grow. So I'm actually, I want to get a couple of them just so that I can kind of begin plantier designing them, kind of arranging them, how I want to arrange them now versus waiting for them to become really big. So my plan was to get two, possibly three, because they're fairly reasonably priced. And then if one, I'll put them in the design in my design scheme the way I want to put it in there. But then two, if they die, you know, I still have an extra one or two that are available. I don't have to start from ground zero basically. All right. So this one is the Anthurium Jazminalowe. And man, I am so excited about the fact that, you know, I mean, I had them in box up for an extra day, so a day and a half. So I want to make sure that I'm glad to see that they actually turned out well. Again, the thicker leaf, the shinier leaf ones versus the velvet leaf ones have a tendency to fare better when it comes to exporting. And this is a beautiful plant, man. I got this one because I also have the Jazminalowe, philodendron Jazminalowe, and I just like their vibe, man. As they mature, they have these very long, elongated leaves. The Anthurium one tends to be a little thicker or wider and broader. So, yeah, this is it's gonna be fun to see that grow up. All right, so now we are down to the last two. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. I'm like, this is big. I was like, well, let me do that one. That one last. This one is, let's see. This is part of one of my favorite thing I think I told you guys that with this one, I am going to do I get a lot of these simply because I love this variety of Anthurium. Oh, you should also, by the way, you guys should also check out Black Luxurians. She just got a nice haul from Ecuador. So maybe probably about a week ago from the time that this comes out. But if you haven't seen her channel, if you haven't checked her out, definitely check that video out. It is nice. All right. So this one is the blue papillominum. I think I told you guys earlier in this video that I got a couple, and I got a couple. The funny thing about it is that the prices of these are going down, so you may be able to find one that's really nice. I have, this is beautiful. This is so nice. Look at this. Look at this one, guys. And then it has a nice new emerging leaf. Yeah, so this is the papillominum blue. And see, I can say it. I've been coveting them for so long, I can actually now say the word papillominum blue. So I'm gonna put this right here for right now. And then I have another papillominum blue. So this one is, now they got me excited because I'm like, man, this is big. All right, so here we go. I was also looking at this guy, new channel, Lord Saint. He has a good following on YouTube. I mean, on what's the name of that? I think it's Alex. His name is Alex. His channel's Lord Saint, and I think he also has a IG account that's pretty sizable, out of Florida. Got some really great plants. He actually just did an unboxing recently, and it has a papillominum. I don't know where he got it from. You know, he was not giving up his sources in that video, but it was beautiful. I mean, it was beautiful. I mean, and these plants are beautiful. They're just, I just like the papillominum because I mean, anytime I can find a dark leaf, whatever, I am here for it, man. It is part of my plan. All right, so let's try and get this. I'm trying to be as delicate as possible because this bad boy was not cheap. All right, you can look up the price for this because it changes from vendor to vendor, and I know that Tropicals doesn't have this on their site. They do basically only feature these in the live. Whoo. Nah, all right. Nice, man. Look at this. Look at this one. This one is really nice. Oh my God. Yeah, we're gonna have fun with these poppies. But yeah, so that's it, guys. Until the next time, look, happy planting, and I hope all is going well in your garden. Talk to you soon.